So this is the weekly astrological forecast for the week of October 26th. And as always, these forecasts are free and to the public, and so they include more of the broad strokes, the outer planets information, some bigger things like sign changes and full moons. And so if you want more in-depth information, such as what the moon is doing, void of course times, time specifically to work with or to avoid, head on over to the Soul Care Collective for more in-depth insights. And so luckily this week is pretty quiet. And if you're like me, you looked ahead at this week and you said, wait, this is the last week of October. What has happened? And if you know, I would love to know, because personally, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea how I'm looking at the calendar and seeing that it's almost November. But this week we start out pretty quiet. We don't have any major transits until Tuesday. And that's when both Mercury and Libra will enter the sign of, Mercury and Venus will enter the sign of Libra. Having a little trouble with my words today. And so Mercury and Venus have just been in Virgo, where they can be a little critical, and so it's a really nice shift in the energy with them entering Libra. For example, Libra here, we tend to look more at balance and harmony and kind of see the bigger picture in both sides, and that can help us find compromise when we're working with other people. But it can also, with Mercury specifically, make it hard for us to make a decision, because we can see both sides, and so we understand where each side's coming from, and it's really hard to pick which way we want to go. And then the rest of the week is quiet until Saturday, and that's when we have our full moon. It's also Halloween, our Samhain, which is really fun and exciting that we have a full moon on that day. And this full moon is actually a blue moon. A blue moon is the second full moon in a calendar month. So we began October with a full moon on October 1st. And now we're going to end October, literally October 31st, with another full moon. And so this month has really been bookended by that full moon releasing energy, which has really described this month pretty well. And so this full moon in particular is in Taurus, which is generally considered to be a stable, grounding energy. It's a very materialistic, earthly plane energy. That's why it is so much associated with money and finances. Except that just 6 minutes after this full moon goes exact, the moon will meet up with Uranus in the sky. And Uranus is the changemaker planet. Uranus likes to shake things up. It's often called or seen as similar to lightning, with it's just quick and you don't know where it's going to strike, you don't know where it's going to hit, you don't know what's going to happen. You can't really predict what Uranus is going to do. And so having the moon meet up with Uranus just 6 minutes after the full moon is exact really adds a unstable influence to this full moon energy, where we may find what's coming to light is actually cracks in our foundation, where we thought things were stable, we thought we had a strong foundation to build our future on, but we may find what's revealed to us, what's illuminated with this full moon, is that actually there are places that we've overlooked that aren't as stable as we thought. And this is kind of echoed because just an hour after the full moon goes exact, the sun will actually oppose Uranus. And so that can really bring a aha moment or a breakthrough moment where something is illuminated, we see a new pathway open to us before. And personally, when I look at the astrology for around this full moon and the astrology for the upcoming couple of weeks, I really feel like whatever is brought forth for us for this full moon, whatever is illuminated, will carry through over the next couple of weeks, where whatever we see happening will kind of echo and kind of keep getting pulled to the surface over the next couple of weeks. And that may be in the global chart or in your personal chart. And then on Sunday, we have a couple of aspects that really make Sunday a good day for rest and time out and just self-care, because we have Mercury square Saturn. And Mercury is our mind and our thoughts and communications, and Saturn is the father figure and boundaries and restriction. And so we may find on Sunday that it's hard to focus, it's hard to find the right words, we feel restricted, and our word choice or maybe restricted by other people's words. And then a little bit later, we have Venus opposed Chiron, and that's a transit that can leave us feeling sensitive and vulnerable, and maybe where we have some old wounds just creeping to the surface that just kind of just don't feel good. And it may even kind of circle back to the earlier transit with Mercury, where we may find some wounding happening with words, or wounding happening with words from the past kind of coming back up to resurface. And so Sunday's really a day just to kind of take time out. It's not really a day to engage with a lot of other people or try to get a lot done. It's really just a day to take for yourself and come back over here and watch next week's astrological forecast. So I hope that was a helpful overview for the week ahead, and I hope you have a lovely week.